My fiancé said, "I'm going to Europe for 2 weeks with my ex. Just stay chill." I replied, "All right, whatever you want." The next day, I canceled our wedding venue, hired a private investigator, and when she landed at the airport, what happened next? She never saw it coming. I'm 38 years old, and 3 weeks ago I was engaged to someone I thought I knew. Vanessa and I had been together for 4 years, engaged for 8 months. We were supposed to get married in June. Venue booked, deposits paid, invitations ordered. The whole thing. I thought we were building something real. 2 Thursdays ago, Vanessa came home from work around 6 p.m. and sat down across from me at the kitchen table. She had this weird energy, nervous but also defiant, like she'd already made up her mind about something and was just going through the motions of telling me. "I need to talk to you about something," she said. I closed my laptop. "What's up? You know how I've been reconnecting with old friends lately?" "Sure," I said. She'd been on social media a lot more than usual, always on her phone. "Well, I've been talking to Cameron, my ex from college, Cameron." I knew the name. They dated for 3 years, broke up 7 years ago when he moved to London for work. She'd mentioned him maybe twice in 4 years, always in passing. "Okay," I said carefully. "He's been going through a rough time. Divorce, job stress, the whole thing. We've been talking and he invited me to come visit him in London. He wants to show me around Europe for a couple weeks. Paris, Amsterdam, Barcelona." I stared at her. "You want to go to Europe with your ex-boyfriend?" "It's not like that," she said quickly. "It's just as friends. He needs support right now, and honestly, I could use a break too. Wedding planning has been stressful." "Wedding planning for our wedding?" I said. "I know, but this is important to me. Cameron was a huge part of my life once. He's going through something difficult. I want to be there for him." "For 2 weeks. In Europe. Alone." "Yes." I sat there trying to process what she was saying. "And you think this is appropriate? You're engaged." "Which is exactly why you should trust me," she said, and there was an edge to her voice now. "I'm not asking for permission, Marcus. I'm telling you what I'm doing. I already booked the flight. I leave Saturday." "This Saturday? As in 3 days from now?" "Yes." "And when exactly were you planning to tell me?" "I'm telling you now." I took a deep breath. "What if I'm not okay with this?" She looked at me like I was being unreasonable. "Then you're going to have to deal with that." "Because I'm going. Cameron needs me, and honestly, I need this. I need some space to think." "Space to think about what?" She hesitated. "About us. About whether getting married is really what I want." That's when something clicked. This wasn't about supporting a friend. This was about her having second thoughts and running away to figure them out with her ex-boyfriend. "So let me get this straight," I said slowly. "You're having doubts about our marriage, and your solution is to fly to Europe with your ex for 2 weeks. I need clarity," she said. "Just stay chill about this, okay? I'll be back before you know it, and we can talk about everything then." I looked at her for a long moment. This woman I'd spent 4 years with. This woman I'd proposed to on a beach in Maui. This woman who was now telling me to stay chill while she went on a romantic European vacation with her ex. "All right," I said quietly. "Whatever you want." She looked relieved. "Thank you. I knew you'd understand." She went to the bedroom to start packing. I sat at the table, staring at nothing, feeling this cold clarity settle over me. Update. One Friday morning, Vanessa left for work early. She had meetings all day, she said, would be home late, probably wanted to avoid more conversation about her trip. The moment she left, I got to work. First, I called our wedding venue, explained there was a situation we needed to cancel. They said the deposit was non-refundable, $5,000. I said fine, cancel it anyway. They processed the cancellation while I was on the phone. Then I called the caterer. Same story. Lost another $2,000 in deposits. Didn't care. Florist, photographer, DJ, I canceled everything. Some were understanding, some weren't. I lost about $12,000 total in deposits. Worth every penny. Next, I called my buddy Jake. He's a lawyer, handles all kinds of cases. I told him what was happening. "You need a private investigator," he said immediately. "Document everything. If she's cheating, you'll want proof." "For what?" "We're not married yet." "No, but you've been living together for 3 years. Depending on how this goes, you might need documentation for your own peace of mind. Trust me on this." He gave me a number. I called. A guy named Rick answered. Gruff voice, no nonsense. I explained the situation. He said he could have someone follow them in London, Paris, wherever they went. Professional, discreet, photo and video documentation. It would cost me about $5,000 for 2 weeks of international surveillance. I hired him on the spot. "One more thing," Rick said. "I'll need her flight information, hotel bookings, anything you can get me." I went into Vanessa's email. We'd always shared passwords. For emergencies. Found her flight confirmation. London Heathrow, arriving Sunday morning. Return flight 2 weeks later. I also found hotel reservations. Not hotels, plural. Hotel, singular. 1 room in London, 1 room in Paris, 1 room in Barcelona, all booked under both their names. I forwarded everything to Rick. Then I went to the bank and moved half our joint savings into a new account in my name only. We had about $40,000 saved up. I took $20,000. She could have the rest. Vanessa came home at 9 p.m. Friday night. I was on the couch watching basketball, acting completely normal. "Hey," she said, dropping her bag. "How was your day?" "Fine." "You?" "Busy." "I'm exhausted." She sat down next to me. "I'm flying out tomorrow at 2 p.m. I'll take an Uber to the airport." "Sounds good," I said. She looked at me. "You're really okay with this?" "You said you're going either way." "So yeah, I'm okay with it." She smiled and kissed my cheek. "Thank you for being so understanding. This is why I love you." I didn't say anything. Just watched the game. Update 2 Saturday afternoon, Vanessa left for the airport, hugged me goodbye, said she'd text when she landed, told me not to worry. The moment she was gone, I started packing her stuff. Everything. Clothes, shoes, toiletries, books, everything that was hers. I was methodical about it. Labeled boxes, made an inventory. Took me about 6 hours. Sunday morning, I got a text. Landed safe. London is beautiful. Miss you already. I didn't respond. Monday morning, Rick called me. "I've got someone on them," he said. "They picked her up at Heathrow." Went straight to the hotel. You were right, 1 room. They had breakfast this morning at the hotel restaurant. Lots of hand-holding, kissing. "I've got photos." "Send them," I said. He emailed me a dozen photos. Vanessa and Cameron holding hands across a table, Cameron's arm around her shoulder, them kissing on a street corner in front of some tourist attraction. In every photo, she looked happy. Genuinely, radiantly happy. I felt nothing, just cold, calm clarity. "Keep documenting everything," I told Rick. "I want a complete record." Tuesday, Vanessa called me via WhatsApp. "Hey, how are you?" She sounded cheerful, energetic. "Fine. How's London?" "Amazing. Cameron's been showing me all these incredible places. We went to the British Museum today. Tomorrow we're going to Bath." "Sounds great. You're being so cool about this. I really appreciate it." "No problem. I'll call you again soon. Love you." "Yeah," I said. "Talk later." She didn't seem to notice I didn't say it back. Wednesday, Rick sent more photos. Vanessa and Cameron in Bath, walking along the Roman baths, her head on his shoulder. Thursday, they took the train to Paris. Photos of them at the Eiffel Tower, kissing in front of it like tourists. Friday, more photos. A cafe, the Louvre, walking along the Seine at sunset. Every day, Vanessa texted me something casual. "Paris is gorgeous. The food here is incredible. Wish you could see this." I didn't respond to most of them. My best friend Mike came over Friday night. I showed him the photos Rick had sent. Jesus, he said. She's not even trying to hide it. Why would she? She thinks I'm sitting at home staying chill like an idiot. What are you going to do? Wait, I said. Let her have her fun. Let her think she got away with it. Then, when she comes home. Then what? Then she gets a surprise. Update 3. Vanessa's return flight was scheduled for Sunday afternoon, landing at 4 p.m. Saturday night, I finalized everything. I'd rented a small storage unit and moved all of Vanessa's stuff there, paid for 3 months up front, left the unit key with the facility manager. I'd changed the locks on our apartment, called a locksmith, had it done Friday. I'd drafted an email to everyone we'd invited to the wedding, about 150 people. The email explained that the wedding was canceled due to unforeseen circumstances and thanked everyone for their understanding. I scheduled it to send Sunday at 5 p.m. I'd also created a shared photo album, just 30 photos from Rick's surveillance, the clearest ones, the most damning ones. Vanessa and Cameron kissing, holding hands, looking at each other like they were in love. I titled the album Vanessa's European Adventure and made it visible to only her family and close friends, scheduled to share at 5 p.m. Sunday. Sunday at 3 p.m., I drove to the airport, parked in the arrivals area. Vanessa had texted me her flight was on time. At 4:17 p.m., I saw her come through the international arrivals gate, pulling her suitcase, looking tan and relaxed. She saw me and waved, smiling. She walked over. "Hey, I missed you." She tried to hug me. I stepped back. "Get in the car," I said. Her smile faltered. "What's wrong?" "Just get in." We walked to the car in silence. She kept glancing at me, confused. I loaded her suitcase in the trunk, and we both got in. "Marcus, what's going on?" I pulled out my phone and handed it to her. On the screen was one of the photos. Her and Cameron kissing at the Eiffel Tower. Her face went white. "Where did you get this?" "I hired a private investigator. I have about 200 photos and hours of video from your entire trip. Every kiss, every time you held his hand, every night you spent in the same hotel room." "Marcus, I can explain." "I don't want an explanation. I want you to listen. The wedding is canceled. I called the venue, the caterer, everyone, lost 12 grand in deposits. Don't care. Our apartment, I changed the locks. Your stuff is in a storage unit on Riverside Drive. Here's the key." I handed her a small key. "It's paid up for 3 months. After that, it's your problem." "You can't just kick me out. I live there." "You don't anymore. The lease is in my name. You're not on it. You have no legal right to be there." "This is insane. You're insane." "Also," I continued, ignoring her, "in about 30 minutes, everyone invited to our wedding is getting an email explaining that it's canceled. And everyone in your family and friend group is getting access to a photo album documenting your European affair. So you might want to turn off your phone for a while." She stared at me in horror. "You wouldn't. It's already scheduled. Can't stop it now even if I wanted to. Marcus, please, get out of my car." "What?" "Get out. Now. Or I'm driving to the nearest police station and reporting you for trespassing." She started crying. "Please, can we just talk about this?" I made a mistake. I was confused. "I love you." "You love Cameron," I said flatly. "You made that pretty clear. Now get out." She grabbed her suitcase from the trunk, still crying, and stood on the curb as I drove away. In my rearview mirror, I saw her on her phone, probably calling Cameron, probably calling her mom. I didn't care. Update 4:06 p.m. My phone was blowing up. Texts from Vanessa's friends, her sister, her mom. Some angry, some confused, some actually supportive. Vanessa's mom. "How could you humiliate her like this?" "She made a mistake. You're cruel." Vanessa's sister. "I just saw the photos. I'm so sorry, she's a mess. We had no idea." Vanessa's friend Amy. "You're handling this all wrong. You should have talked to her first." My brother. "Saw the email. Good for you, man. She didn't deserve you. I turned my phone off. Monday morning, Vanessa was waiting outside my apartment building. She looked terrible. Red eyes, rumpled clothes, like she hadn't slept. "I need to talk to you," she said when I came out. "There's nothing to talk about." "Please, just 5 minutes." I stopped. "You have 3 minutes." "I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Cameron and it wasn't supposed to happen. We were just reconnecting and things got out of hand. I never meant to hurt you." "But you did. You went to Europe with your ex, slept with him for 2 weeks, and expected me to stay chill about it. That's not a mistake, Vanessa. That's a choice." "I know, but I love you. I want to work this out." "What about Cameron?" She looked down. "That's over. He told me yesterday he's not interested in anything serious. He just wanted a fling." I actually laughed. "So you only want me back because he rejected you?" "That's not—" "Your 3 minutes are up." I walked past her to my car. She called after me, "I'm not giving up on us." I drove away without looking back. Final update. It's been 6 weeks. The fallout was spectacular. Vanessa tried to salvage her reputation by claiming I was controlling and that she'd been emotionally trapped in our relationship. Some people believed her. Most didn't, especially after the photos circulated. Her sister told me privately that Vanessa moved back in with their parents and is barely leaving her room. Cameron apparently blocked Vanessa on everything after she kept calling him, asking if they could try long distance. Turns out he really did just want a vacation fling. I got a new apartment, smaller but nicer, on the other side of town. Fresh start, no memories. My buddy Mike set me up with his wife's friend Laura. We had coffee last week. She's a veterinarian, funny, grounded. When I told her about Vanessa, abbreviated version, she said, "Sounds like you dodged a bullet. We're getting dinner this weekend." Vanessa's mom sent me a long email apologizing. Said she'd seen more of the photos and understood why I'd done what I did. Said she was disappointed in her daughter. I appreciated that. The private investigator, Rick, sent me his final report last week, complete documentation of the entire trip. I filed it away. Probably won't ever need it, but it's there if I do. I was cleaning out my closet yesterday and found the engagement ring box. Bought that ring for $8,000. Diamonds, platinum, the whole thing. I took it to a jeweler to see what I could get for it. He offered me $4,500. I took it. Put the money toward my new apartment. Someone asked me if I regret how I handled things. If I should have confronted her before she left, given her a chance to cancel the trip. Honestly, number. If I'd confronted her, she would have either lied or worse, gone anyway, and just been more careful. This way, she showed me exactly who she was. No ambiguity, no room for doubt. And I got to show her that actions have consequences. My mom called me this morning. She'd heard the whole story from my brother. "I never liked her," Mom said. "Too selfish. You're better off. Everyone's got an opinion in hindsight. But the truth is I'm sleeping better now than I have in months. No more wedding stress. No more wondering if Vanessa was really happy with me. No more ignoring red flags. Just peace." Edit 1. Several people have asked what the red flags were before this. Looking back, there were some. She was always on her phone, secretive about it. She'd been less interested in wedding planning the last few months, always finding excuses to postpone decisions. She'd mentioned Cameron's name a few times in passing, always casual, like, "Oh, funny story, Cameron and I used to." And when I asked about their relationship once, she got defensive and said I was being jealous for no reason. I wasn't connecting the dots then. I am now. Edit 2. Yes, I still have all the photos and documentation. No, I won't share them publicly. That's not the point. The point was making sure the people close to her knew the truth, not humiliating her to strangers. There's a difference.